This week on Ignition, the new Porsche 911.
A new 911 is always a contentious thing, but this year is no exception. The new 991 has received some of the most significant changes we've ever seen happen to a 911 in between generations. This is the largest 911 ever. Its wheelbase has grown 4 inches. Its overall length has increased 2 inches. Now, those dimensions may only seem significant to a pubescent teenager, but for Porsche, that's huge. Consider that since its inception, the 911 has been defined by careful, small, incremental changes. And every time Porsche makes a big change, fans start lamenting the death of the car. Now, there's been no shortage of mourning for the new 991, but so is there no shortage of mourning when Porsche switched away from air-cooled engines. We approach the new 911 anxious but eager. Why? Well, with rare exception, each major change Porsche's made to this car has made it unquestionably better. This Carrera S Cabriolet, for example, is a 400 horsepower sports car that can drop its top in 13 seconds. Despite being larger than the previous car, it's also lighter. It's also faster. We have a new version of Porsche's 7-speed twin-clutch automatic, which shifts so quickly it's hard to tell that you've just shifted. And launching is just as easy as ever. You hit Sport Plus on the dash here, smash the brake with your left foot, go wide open with the throttle on your right foot. Thing is, this car can hit 60 in 3.8 seconds, and I think that's faster than the time it takes for you to say the name of the transmission. Try it at home. I love the sound this thing makes in the high revs. It just is such a sweet, sweet noise. The quarter mile passes by 12.1 seconds at 116 miles an hour. And now for our 60 to 0 braking test. Our best stop from 60 took just 98 feet. Now we begin our figure 8 test, and it's easy to remember why I love 911s so much. They are just pinpoint accurate, so precise, so neutral, so communicative, and they just beg you to drive them hard. And they make that lovely flat 6 sound. Oh. I can feel the effect of that torque vectoring system grabbing the rear brake around a corner, helping you stay in line. It's similar to what the McLaren MP412C has. It's just subtly there when you get really crossed up like that. But man, is it a lot of fun. And I don't think there's a sports car on the road that handles quite like this thing does. And nor is anything that's quite as fun as this thing is. This is in a league of its own. This might be one of the best 911s, or at least the best modern 911s ever. And here, the 911 really shows what it's made for. It just sounds fantastic. It feels great. It just fills you with excitement as you drive. It makes you want to drive faster. It's really, really fun. This 7-speed PDK transmission is a marvel. Listen to that. That's 400 horsepower, flat 6, screaming its life out over your shoulder. Is there a sweeter sound? So Porsche says that you can raise or lower the top while traveling 30 miles an hour. I have the cruise control set at 30 right now, and let's see if we can do this. The wonders of technology. This is a very fun and thrilling car, but there's this thought in the back of my mind that I can't escape. And it starts with this interior. This Panamera style interior with this tunnel makes this car feel big. But this car is bigger than the last Model 2, and you consider that its 3.9-inch wheelbase stretch didn't move the engine. In fact, it moved the axle further behind the engine, effectively moving the engine further inside the car. And that seems almost conciliatory by Porsche. It's them saying, yeah, we get it, having the engine behind the rear axle is not the best thing for handling. Undoubtedly, Porsche's going to make steering better. All these improvements are going to come in the next few years. You know, this is Porsche's first stab at the 991, and it has tons of time left in a development cycle to make it better. You know, there are many good things in years to come for this car.
I anticipate the upcoming years with excitement because, make no mistake, this is the most accomplished 911 ever. The fastest model to model, the most technically superior, the capabilities of this 911 are simply astounding. And what new additions will follow, your Turbo, your GT3, maybe even a GT2, they'll build upon this car. And this car, by the way, remains something I lust after and would skip out on work, friends, family just to drive. Yeah, you can debate the size and the steering, but that desire to forget everything else and drive the 911 really says it all.